Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It is I, Almantas, former professor, current VTuber, old man who loves old things. And joining me today is Cierna.
Yippee! Hello. Hi, everyone.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Cierna?
Oh, sure. I'm Cierna, and I usually talk about shit, dick, or cum, but today I'm being an intellectual. Yippee!
Yeah, for you this is like a vacation, right? This is like when somebody from
Yeah.
Florida goes to like Alaska or something, just to
Or
like
more
get it.
like a workout.
Yeah,
Like I'm
a
finally
workout.
dusting off my brain.
Finally dusting off your brain. I mean, I will say you chose an absolute fucking banger. Like
Right?
you
It's a
could.
good book.
It's a great book.
I cooked.
You
I
cooked.
cooked.
You cooked, and it was just. I don't know. This is like one of those things I've always found really fun about this series. Is I'm like, hey, like, what do you want to bring on here? And like, sometimes people bring on like exactly the book I'm expecting them to, and then like, sometimes people like swing for the fences, and it's like, oh, I've never heard of this before. This is incredible. This is like so out of character. And I'm
Oh,
like, no,
is that out of? Did you think I was gonna bring on smut? That'd be awesome. I should have.
I'm expecting it. There is one person who I've talked to, and like they're stalling, and like because the only book they've been able to come up with is a tentacle porn book.
As they should. Good for them.
I'm,
Good for
I'll
them.
roll. I'll roll with it. I'll roll with it. I'm
I don't know
down.
if Twitch would like that, but you know, you can always
Oh,
start a
that's
Fansly.
true. That's true. Oh my goodness. Yeah, having to go to Fansly for book clubs. Oh my
That'd be
goodness.
awesome.
It would be great. It would be great. It would be great. I have to roll up a new account because I haven't made a Fansly yet. But yes. So one of those things that I think is a kind of cute little story. One of those things that people have probably heard from me half a dozen times is I didn't come to VTubing from the corpo side. Like at all. Like I like never know any of these corpo VTubers people are talking about. I don't know shit about Hollow or Niji or any of that stuff. I'm always confused. Cierna is the second VTuber I've watched. That was like at all a regular viewer of. I found Alexandria via lesbian Twitter. And then
Why are you on lesbian Twitter?
because I do political journalism, so
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah,
Thought I was gonna go a different way, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know, so I'm a certain type of guy who lives in New York City. Like half my friends are lesbians. And I was on her TikTok, and one of the girls that she was flirting with a lot was you. And you were very fucking funny, so I started watching you. So
oh, thanks.
yeah. Yeah, one of my oldest watches. And let's get into hellos. Hello me. Hello Saribot. Hello Cierna. Hello Zoli. Hello Corndog. Hello Hunter. Hello Nando. Hello Heroic Bean. Hello Genubis. Hello Emperor's Armpits. Genubis. Hello Amiskar. And of course, hello to all of the lurkers and the VOD watchers. Oh, and Sir Alm. I missed Sir Alm. Apologies, Sir Alm.
You say hi to your VOD watchers? That's cute.
Of course I say hi to the VOD watchers. They watch and they
cute.
deserve to feel it. They deserve to feel the warmth.
I like that.
Yeah. It's just a nice gesture. Why not be nice to them? They're watching. They deserve to feel it. They deserve to feel it. And I didn't realize how many I had until I was like hanging out in my Discord, and there were a bunch of people who were like, "Oh yeah, I like watch your stuff regularly." And I'm like, I've never seen your name before, and they're like, "Yeah, because you stream like 4 a.m. relative to me." And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, that's so fair."
All right, cool. I'm amazed that you still want to watch this when I'm not able to respond to what you say, but it's very humbling.
That's cute.
It's very nice. It does make me feel a little bit bad about the fact that I don't really archive my VODs. I just kind of let them die.
You let them die? Is our book club gonna
No,
die?
these ones I record. The book clubs I record, and I'm going to start uploading them to YouTube. I'm going to start uploading them to YouTube. I just need to... I hate doing video editing, and I need to trim out the 10 minutes of just like starting soon.
Yeah.
Like, it's like not hard. I need to like trim that and like the breaks and stuff like that, but like I need to do it, and then I'm going to put them on YouTube because I actually made decent thumbnails for these.
Oh, cute.
Like, I made decent thumbnails for these.
Yeah.
So I may as well. But yes. This is. I do the highlight, Zoe. I do the highlight. One of the book clubs has failed on that because the VOD broke on the Twitch side. I still have the local copy, but the Twitch side VOD is broken into 2 parts, so you can't use the highlight feature. I'm very annoyed.
Twitch.
Very annoyed about it. But that one was a good one. Me and a gay orc from Canada talked about a Canadian webcomic.
I love orcs.
I know.
Too bad he's gay.
I wonder if he could be talked into something. I don't think so. I'm sorry to
Hey.
say.
Well,
I'm sorry to say. He seems pretty
you know,
committed.
You win and you lose, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, the
Plenty of
advantage is
orcs
that
in
he
the
hangs
world.
out with a lot of orcs, so I think he might know somebody. I think he might
Oh,
know,
okay.
probably no straight orcs, but maybe some bisexual orcs.
Winnable.
Yeah, you win these, Cierna. You win these, Cierna. So, the book we're discussing, just to kind of get us like a little bit started on this, you said you read it in college.
I did.
You did. Exit West. This book, obviously, I was not in college for. What class did you read it for?
An English literature class? I don't even remember what I did yesterday, let alone 2019 Cierna lore.
That's fair.
I have no idea what, like, you know, like the subcategory was. I just know that it was like an elective English literature course.
That's all right. Fair enough. Yeah,
But yeah.
Symbolism.
It was a symbolism course.
Symbolism. Semiotics.
Yeah.
Semiotics. Wonderful stuff to study. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this book sure as fuck do got some goddamn symbols.
It does. Don't ask me
does.
to name any. I mean, I could,
Yeah.
but like from my actual class, I could not.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I was not going to count on that one.
Could you
like,
imagine?
I definitely have, like, courses that I remember really strongly, and then courses where I'm like, what did I even do in that course?
I remember quite a bit of that course. Did you know the fucking Starbucks image is a siren?
Yeah.
I had no idea until that course.
I mostly know because, like, years ago, back when, like, people were doing a lot more Satanic Panic stuff, like 2005, 2006, that kind of era, people were like, "It's a woman spreading her legs sexually," and like I was like looking at it, and
Amazing.
I don't think that's what's going on here. I think like you've confused hair and legs.
Yeah.
I think you're really stretching here.
I wish it was that. That'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty impressive. It would also like. That'd be one of those ones like just kind of makes me uncomfortable because like that's like legs broken in like 6 places.
Yeah, but if you drink from it, you're basically drinking from her vagina.
The nectar of life, as they say it.
Exactly.
Corn Dog, thank you for the follow. And yes, Toho, we're talking about
Corn
books.
Dog following at that point is very interesting.
And yeah, Muscar, yeah, pseudo mermaid like a siren. Oh yeah, Toho, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean, Corn Dog's obviously known me for like years at this point, so it's like now is the moment that he like notices.
Years, it's crazy.
I know, right? I know.
All you could have talked about sirens, and it would have,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Sooner,
fair
or
enough.
Vaginas or whatever we just talked about. I don't even know.
Fair enough. It's honestly kind of surprising how like little I wind up talking about monster fucker stuff on Twitch for like how much it's like a hot topic, and it's just like. I don't know.
You're an old man.
I guess so.
Comfy little old man with a big knitted sweater.
That's
Why
true.
did you be talking about monster fucking?
I will follow up on basically anything that somebody else brings up to me. I will pretty much always
As
follow.
you should, which is why I'm here.
Yeah. Zully, thank you for the follow. Absolutely. No, I'm again, I am pumped. I am fucking pumped.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously it's a hot topic, Emperor's Armpits. I mean, I have a VTuber friend who just revealed her next model, and it's like 75% tentacles.
Base.
Yeah, with like librarian garter belts and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, this is.
Is that the tentacle book person?
No, actually, no. That was a different person entirely.
Okay, wow, okay.
Totally different person entirely.
It is a hot topic.
No, I will. No, the tentacle book person is a hellhound VTuber. So totally different person.
Typical.
Putting her on blast, I think some of the people might know exactly who it is from that description. But all right. Normally I like to keep the pre-chat going for a little bit longer, but I feel like I like this book a lot. I've been thinking about. I
You
finished.
have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, this one's really good. We have a lot to talk
Well,
about.
when it hits you, you're like, oh my god, I need to talk about it.
I know.
Yeah.
This one's so good. This one's so good, chat. Like, oh, that
Who knew?
actually that reminds me. I need to go grab my affiliate link for this so that you motherfuckers can go buy it.
Oh, you bought the book.
Yeah. Well, I went through the library actually because I support the local library. I support the Brooklyn Public Library. But it's valuable to. I'm doing the hustling. I'm doing the hustling.
The hustling.
The hustling. Oddly, I've actually gotten like non-trivial amounts of money from the Amazon affiliate links.
What did you say? Non-trivial?
Non-trivial.
Oh wow, good job.
Like that one. More money I think than I've gotten from. More money I think than I've gotten from Twitch ads.
Well, yeah.
They're really bad.
Well, yeah. You know, I feel like I have Exit West somewhere. I should have looked harder, but it is what it is, I guess.
Okay.
I feel like I have the physical book somewhere.
There it is. There it is. All right. Let's hop on over and
wait, August 22, he wrote another book?
Yeah, he wrote several books before this. Too. Like I want to read them now. This guy's great.
Yeah, I do love his style.
His first book was apparently about a guy like getting addicted to heroin in Lahore.
Oh, awesome.
Hell yeah. So let's hop on over because I've got some slides to give you guys an idea of what the heck we're talking about. Yeah, who doesn't love slides? Who doesn't love slides? Like that's what we're here for, right? That's what we're here for. So Exit West, this is a book that me and Cierna talked about a little bit before coming on here. We thought it was about human connections, and I particularly thought it was about like how fragile human connections can be, how fragile and delicate those connections can be. So, written in 2017 by Mohsin Hamid, who's from Lahore, Pakistan. Went to Princeton, Harvard Law. Not surprisingly, lists Toni Morrison as an influence. If you've read Toni Morrison and you read his works, to me it felt like, oh yeah, this guy reads Morrison. This guy's a Toni Morrison fan. He did work for McKinsey, which I thought was really weird and surprising.
No idea who that is.
McKinsey they're a consulting firm for like mega corporations. They're the people who are like, you should raise the price of bread by 25 cents.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they're kind of like
I hate the game, not the player, I guess.
Yeah. They're kind of famous for producing a long list of various types of psychopaths. So I thought that was like really weird that he worked for them for a couple years. That's
funny. Maybe that's when he was like, holy shit, I need to write about human love. You know what I mean?
The Wikipedia has it corresponding with about the point in his life where he decided that corporate law was really boring and he wanted to get out. And he just worked there until he had enough money to pay off all his student loans.
As he fucking should.
Which is fair. And hello, Aspen. Yeah. No, this guy is so good. Aspen, you'll like this. You'll like this book. You should read Exit West. So what is this
about? Are we
about?
gonna spoil things for people?
Oh, we're spoiling the hell out of this. No, this is
okay,
we are weapons free on spoilers here.
Okay.
I am a big believer that a really good book will withstand heavy amounts of spoilers.
Yeah.
And this is one that I think will, particularly because the plot's actually pretty simple. We have two main characters, Nadia and Saeed. They work in unnamed country that gets torn apart by civil war. And then there's a sci-fi conceit. There's a sci-fi fantasy conceit where there are doors that if you walk into them, they'll just, instead of opening up on the other side of the doorway, they open up somewhere else, any other door place on the planet. They teleport you. They've got teleporting doors that nobody understands how they work. No, there's no rhyme or reason to them. They just go. So as their lives get smaller and more constrained and more dangerous in the midst of a civil war, they escape through one of these doors to Greece. And then the United Kingdom, and then the United States. And they go in and out of these various communities. And that's really the plot. It's fundamentally what happens in the book. It's their core set of things that happen. It is about these communities and the people in them, and who falls in love and who kills each other, and what they decide to do with their powers and opportunities they've been given. That's ultimately pretty simple storyline.
Super simple.
Yeah, I do not have to spend 2 hours just going over plot points.
Yay!
It's permanent, but it's also unpredictable.
Don't they move?
Some of them seem to.
Doors don't stay there.
Well, it's. I was a little bit confused about it because some of them are apparently predictable, right? Like the one that goes into Mykonos is predictable. Like people keep on going.
They know about it.
They know about it, but they do seem to be like. I guess maybe they're destructible because it's like pretty clearly implied that the militants like destroy doorways when they find them.
Yeah.
It's like they
so it seems like they're permanent, but not exactly invulnerable.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they don't seem to just randomly change. They seem to randomly appear, but they don't seem to randomly disappear. It seems to be kind of like a one-way forward kind of thing.
Yeah, you can't go back.
Yeah. Or for the most part, very few people want to go back. There's a couple of times where people go back and forth, but it's pretty rare. Most of the time, they're going from much worse places to much nicer places. We only have 2 named characters in the entire book. Nadia and Saeed. And they're an interesting pair. They're kind of like I thought of them as kind of like a yin and yang kind of pair. Like Nadia's like really active and she's really aggressive and she's much more sexual. She doesn't really worry that much. She's really not worried about the past at all. Like she bails on her family because her family's really conservative, and she just like never sees them again after the age of like 17, and she's just like not that bothered about it. Her name is Tender, or it means tender or delicate in Arabic. And this is one of those things I always thought was really fun that they emphasize all the time. They always say a black robe, but that's an abaya. She's wearing an abaya, but she's not religious. She doesn't pray. She doesn't have any outward expressions of religiosity. She just knows that it's a kind of camouflage for getting around her society. And then when she leaves her society, she views it as a kind of way of still distinguishing herself from the people around her. But she loves music, and she loves drugs, and she loves sex, and she loves motorcycles. And she's very present-focused, and she's very active, and she's very extroverted. Whenever she meets new people, she embeds herself in those communities very quickly. Very aggressively. She's very active and very yang. She's the very yang one. Whereas Saeed is much more contemplative. He's much more abstract. He's more kind of like a gentle intellectual type of guy. He is more religious, but like they literally never use any of the words that like really mark it out as Islam very distinctly. Like they never say I never saw the word like zakat or muzayin or anything like that, or shahada, nothing. They say pray, and he prays multiple times a day at like the same time, which I don't really know any religions other than Islam that do that as much. His relationship with prayer I always thought was really interesting. That like he gets into it because his dad's into it, right? Like, it's like, and not even his dad's super into it, it's more his mom, but like he's like, prayer is something like connects him to other men and connects him to the past and connects him to like other religious people who've been nice to him. And the distinctive feature they bring up about him is his beard. They bring that up all the time, that he has this beard that he has to trim all the time, that he keeps in like a I'm less sure about the symbolism on that one.
Beards are pretty important in religious societies, especially Islam.
Yeah, especially Islam. That's true. And I mean, I'm a big beard guy. I love.
It seems more like a social/cultural thing rather than like a religious thing, but I could be wrong about that.
That's kind of how I read it too. I was just kind of wondering, like, is it supposed to be like he does have a kind of weird prickliness to him? Like he's gentle, but like he gets this kind of like weird.
He's judgmental.
He is judgmental. He is judgmental as hell. He is definitely judgmental.
He's definitely judgmental.
He is judgmental, and like one of those things that's like an interesting problem the two characters have with each other is like when they're in too much close contact with each other, they like do not like it and do not like each other nearly as much. And like I was like the beard's supposed to be kind of like a defense mechanism. Shaved 3 times a day until he got a medical exemption. That is brutal. That is brutal. I can say that I once got sent home from work because I shaved that same day, and by 5 o'clock that same day the facial hair was in so strong they were just like, we can't have you here. That was like the last time I clean shaved. So I definitely get that, but it's he's very connected to the past. He loves astronomy. He's very curious. He's, like you said, he is judgmental. He's judgmental. He's more conservative. I think he's quite fearful, which is interesting. So I think he's a kind of interesting guy on those fronts. And now we get some sociology. Everybody loves a sociology lecture from our sociology professor. Hell yeah.
Oh, sociology.
Was it not? I'm guessing not your favorite topic.
Fucking hate sociology, man.
Oh, rip. That's actually the first time I've heard that.
I went in for psychology, so it's kind of like the bane of my existence.
Okay. Interesting, because that's not usually the one that people hate. Usually it's math. Usually, when, like you mentioned a topic.
I fucking hate math too. Sociology and math can suck my dick. I don't like sociology because I went into psychology, which is the emphasis on the individual.
Yeah, like the rivalry.
Sociology is like
the rivalry on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The largely one-way rivalry, because like sociologists are too like concerned about getting p-values to like worry about anything else. They're like stressing out about like, do the numbers match up, and like is this survey technique any good? Like they're way too stressed out about that to be like concerned about other disciplines like that.
Yeah.
This chart, we're not going to get into the details on this one. This is a really complicated to look at chord chart. The main things to chord charts are kind of hard to read, I'm not gonna lie. This was the prettiest looking version of what I could find of what are the biggest immigrant flows in the world right now. What are the biggest immigrant flows in the world? The biggest one by far is Central America to Northern America, by far. And the next biggest one is South Asia to Western Asia. So that's going to be like Indians and Pakistanis moving to the UAE and Saudi Arabia for work. That's like the second biggest one. Next biggest is, I believe, actually Eastern Europe to Western Europe in terms of like big migrant flows. But we don't need to get into too many more of the details. I just want to showcase this. And I think this is the prettiest looking one. There's so many ugly charts that I found. There's so many charts I looked at. I'm like, this is unreadable. This is hideous. Yeah. This is awful. Why are so many people so bad at making charts?
That is so judgmental of you, Saeed.
It's true. It's true. So, I'm just going to do some fast rundowns on stats. There's about 250 million migrants on the planet, and about 8% are refugees. And this is mostly a story about that 8%, about the refugees. The people in this are by and large refugees. 19% of all migrants on the planet are in the US. It is by far and away the largest destination for migrants on the planet, for a lot of reasons. A lot of complicated reasons, some of them good, some of them bad. A number that I ran into that I thought was completely insane when I read it was the Center for Global Development estimates that if we had less border controls, an open border situation, the net effect on global GDP would be positive 78 trillion USD, which the current total global GDP is 80 trillion. So if that number is accurate, that means that we are spending half of every piece of productivity on the planet on enforcing borders. Imagine you having twice as much money in your pocket just by not giving a shit about who lives where. That feels insane to me, but also impressive and ridiculous. Most migration is within development levels. Like, we tend to talk a lot about migration from poor countries to rich countries because rich countries are the ones who write the news stories. Yeah, exactly. But the largest category is actually poor nations to other poor nations, and then the next largest category is rich nations to other rich nations. So like, like the UK to Sweden and Spain to Italy and stuff like that is like the next largest category of migration. I haven't ever seen the population growth statistics without migration for the US before 1830, but I know that since 1830, we've been reliant on immigration as a country. I just haven't seen the numbers before then. I suspect they were. A thing I remember from my history courses was that the Chesapeake Bay Colony, or like Jamestown and stuff lost its entire population to disease about every 5 years, but maintained a steady population. That was obviously all immigration. There's just no way you can keep that up with a birth rate. Just no way in hell. That's all immigration there. And this has just been true for all of history. Like, I've been reading ancient Roman history, and like ancient Rome depended on people migrating from the countryside into the city. That's just been true for thousands of years. I just love statistics, so you get to be subjected to statistics. I'm sorry, Cierna, combining
wow.
your two least favorite topics.
I love statistics.
You love statistics.
I actually do love statistics.
Oh,
but...
shit. The marriage of sociology and math turns out to produce something that you like.
Well...
I
like statistics about other types of data. I'm not one for, like, social statistics. I like statistics when it comes to like different kind of data.
Different kind of data?
Yeah, like financials and I like the more math side than the social side.
That's fair. I just like having the numbers because it makes me feel like I know what the hell I'm talking about.
But then I look at these numbers and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, I don't fucking understand.
So some causes of migration, quick ones. Obviously, big ones that are going to be like pushing people to migrate out of a country are going to be things like war and famine and political persecution, which are going to come up in this book. They are big topics in this book. But then also the countries that people migrate to, like the U.S. the U.S. is a huge migration target. Russia's a huge migration target. Germany's a huge migration target. They've got higher wages than the countries that people were leaving. They'll have better medicine and education opportunities. And people tend to move where their families have already moved to. As a rule, like, if you've lived in a big city, particularly if you've lived in, like, a big American city, you'll see, like, neighborhoods that are specific to different cultures. Like Somali neighborhoods, or Vietnamese neighborhoods, or very famously Chinese and Korean neighborhoods. And I had friends who were from India in high school, and their family had family who already were from India, who lived in these United States, and so they came to the parts where their family already lived, and that made it a lot easier for them. And a lot of what keeps you in a country, right, is that your family's there. So if your family leaves your country, that makes it a lot more compelling to move to the next country. And so those are kind of like the pull factors, but those kind of more determine where people go rather than like whether or not they leave. People are more often leaving things that feel far more serious to me. Like, again, wars and famine and political persecution. And this is kind of more of a reference thing, but I just like history. So they do mention quite a few major historical migrations, including the transatlantic slave trade, which people argue about how much that's a migration, but if we're using the most generic concept of migration, people moved from one part of the world to another. Did they do so willingly? No. Did they move? Yes. But there's a lot of like little interludes in the story. Like they only talk about it very briefly, but they talk about like Philippine migration into Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that one?
Nope.
Oh, okay. It was very early on. This Japanese guy sees some Filipina girls, and gets like really mad, and it's implied that he goes and like physically beats them. And it was like a weird and dark little chapter. There's a lot of these like little vignettes in the story. We only have the two named characters, but there's all these little vignettes, these little stories. Yeah. Like the Englishman who was about to commit suicide, and like he just like goes to Namibia, and he's like, wow, there's like sunlight.
Never mind.
Never mind. Life might be worth living. And the two guys, the Brazilian guy and the Dutch guy.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, that one's so cute. I thought you'd remember that one. That one's so cute. There's this ancient Dutch guy, and the door to the shed in his backyard opens up, and an old Brazilian guy comes through. And
Kiss.
they do kiss. Like they don't really speak each other's languages, but they like show each other art and like share wine, and then they kiss.
Aww,
it's very sweet. It's
cute.
very sweet. I loved it a lot. It was one of my favorite ones. They don't talk about South Asia to West Asia or the destruction of Native Americans, but they don't seem to be. West Asia seems to be just kind of hell. In this book, the Middle East just seems to be hell. So it's kind of understandable they don't really focus on that. Now we get to talk about the book more, rather than just the stuff that I love talking about.
Thank God. You poor thing.
I know.
I'm like, literature, and you're like, history.
I know. So we'll slow down at this point. We'll slow down and like get through, because we can just talk more about like motifs of the book, like things that they talk about a lot in the book. And one of the ones that I found really striking was darkness. Cookie Jedi, thank you for the follow. They always describe the doors. The special doors are always like deep black, right? Like you can't see into them. But like that's like interestingly portrayed as like kind of hopeful, is kind of how it felt to me. That like the hope for the future is built in this darkness. Bless you.
Thanks.
Bless you, Cece. Yeah, the hope for the future is built into this darkness. That this lack of knowing what comes forward is a result of this. It requires this darkness, this lack of knowledge. It's not darkness as like lack of goodness, as a lot of fantasy books do. It's darkness more as like lack of knowledge, which I found kind of beautiful. And that's particularly like how Nadia uses the black robes, right? That when Nadia and Saeed first start hanging out, Nadia has to like smuggle Saeed his own abaya, and he like disguises himself as her sister,
as a girl.
Yeah, as a girl to sneak into her apartment.
Yeah.
So like again, it like creates this sense of unknowability and unknown and deception, but that's also where like hope and faith and the future are. The future is kind of this black void in front of us. I just grabbed the darkest looking doorway I could find on Wikipedia.
It looks like a vagina.
I know, right? I know, right?
I mean, it is in a sense.
In a sense, it is. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the vagina is its own kind of doorway.
Ew.
Ew.
I hate birth. That shit's gross. I don't see the beauty in that. But I think it is interesting that the doors don't show you where you're going, which is obvious. But obviously, anywhere is better than where they were.
Yes,
so
that's true.
Uncertainty is better than their certainty.
Yes. It's very much. And there is a kind of like fearfulness to it in the start way, right?
Yeah,
like
hesitation.
And there's this kind of striking scene from very early on. This is one of the ones I think is like less memorable, but I've got a quote from it later on just because there was a particular passage in it where it's in Australia. And it's like this rich person in Australia, and her closet door turns into one of those doorways.
Oh my god, yeah.
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 And the guy comes out of it, and it's really framed as a kind of
Rape.
Yeah, it's framed like that's
like
like
he's
that's
about to, yeah,
like he's about to do that, and he just books it.
yeah, he just goes through the window.
He just goes through, he just jumps out. He's just like,
Because and that scene, it's alluding to what's considered typical of migrants.
Yes,
is that they're interested in raping whatever country's women, you know, but then it's very like, holy fuck, when you're reading it, you're like, what is gonna happen? Like, what the fuck is he about to do? Because he like goes up to her bed.
Yeah, he comes
and is like looks at her. Yeah,
and like it's kind of an interesting one because like that is very much how it's like it gives you this framing, right? It's like and like they definitely draw the emphasis on like it's this naked white woman and this mysterious black man
Dark
who's intruding.
Yeah.
But then it kind of shifts into like his fearfulness. Like he is afraid in this moment as well.
Yeah, he dips out the window because he's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
He's terrified.
He's terrified. Because he's in an incredibly new place, and I've got the quote later, but you know, he's alone. They're both alone, and being alone means putting yourself in deep vulnerability. You know, a human by himself is almost nothing. And it is interesting, and again, like they do definitely draw these contrasts about like pale skin versus darker skin, very much on purpose. And the book just kind of refuses to stick to the idea that dark equals bad.
Yeah,
they just really refuse that call.
It alludes to it.
Yeah,
and then flips it on its head usually.
Yeah. And I think it also kind of hits on something that I like to say about VTubing, among other things, that whenever you do anything important, it's scary. Like there's a lot of moments of fear, and not everything goes well. Like a lot of people die in this book. This is not a peaceful book.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's very sad. It's
a heavy book.
It's very sad. It's very heavy, but everything good in it is also preceded by these moments of leaps of faith. Every good thing that happens to people involves taking a chance on the unknown, and often a chance on other people. God, it's beautiful. I love it.
It's a good book.
It's so good. Utilities is another one that I thought like they brought up all the damn time. Like water and electricity and internet. They're just constantly coming up. One of the ones I thought was kind of interesting was like how much more online Nadia is. Than Saeed. Like Saeed's like kind of weirdly afraid of the internet. Like he puts alarms on his internet usage on his phone so that he doesn't get like too sucked in.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be on social media, but like Nadia's like much more on social media, much more like online and in tune with it, and like in general, like Nadia's just like so much more in the moment as a person. That's not that surprising that she wouldn't be that worried about like getting addicted to something, because she's like, well, then I just do something different, right? Like, what do you mean being addicted to something? You can just do something different in the future. Like, who cares? But it's this kind of interesting thing, right, where the utilities are never really just the utilities. Like they're life, and they're kind of more the things that make connections than almost anything else. And I am always struck by like what to me felt like the lowest and most hopeless point in the narrative is when the toilets stop working. And they have to like dig ditches to shit in their own backyard.
Yeah.
That's like even more so than like major characters dying. That's the moment where I was like, this is like the end, right? Like when you can't even, when you can't even use like medieval level Like,
yeah, when you don't have access to industrial
yeah, forget industrial.
utility.
Like you can't even like sell your shit to the muckers who like use it for farming or something like that in like an old school city. Like you're just shitting in your own backyard and just hoping you don't get cholera from yourself. Like, oh, like awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Also, loss of dignity.
Yes, the loss of dignity too. That's very important. Like the loss of dignity from that. And like, are you thinking about that part where like they finally get to take a shower?
Mm-hmm.
And like they're so struck by the moment of being able to like feel like a human being just by getting all of the dirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was this tie in with dignity. That's a very good point.
Yeah. I feel undignified after 3 days without a shower, so I cannot imagine like weeks. You definitely wouldn't feel human.
Yeah, no, I've gone that long when I've been like hiking, or that might be it. That might be it. When I've done like week-long hikes, not able to like really get clean for like 3 or 4 days in a row. But like otherwise, it's like no, like you gotta get that water. You gotta get that water, and it was kind of interesting that like their reaction to that was like immediately they do their laundry. Like they didn't think about it, and then like as soon as they got their skin clean, they're like, okay, we compulsively have to do
our clothes.
I cannot put these dirty clothes back on. I cannot do it. And yeah, like I don't know if I'd say it was the climax of the story, but it was like to me kind of the turning point where the story goes from being like incredibly anxiety inducing to being hopeful is when they get work installing utilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like when...
Because they're giving back.
Because they're getting back, and because that's when
they start trying to get their own home through building the homes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, in London with the London Halo. Yeah. They're in London, and they've come through this door into this wealthy London neighborhood, and they've taken over this house, this whole neighborhood. A whole bunch of migrants have taken over this whole neighborhood, and the people of London, a lot of people in London want to kick them out, and they shut off the utilities, and there's like riots and stuff, and then at a certain point, they decide not to. They decide that this isn't what they want to do with their lives. They don't want to be the people who beat a bunch of innocent people to death because they had the wrong color of skin. And the kind of like big moment is like they flip on the utilities and they start trying to install new utilities.
Lights come on.
And the lights come on. And
that's such a good scene.
It's such a good scene. It's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And it's so... And also, I mean, like the kind of like inverse moment of that earlier, right, is like the rebels cutting off the utilities across the city in their hometown. And that's like the moment when you realize like how bad things are getting. Like that's like, well, when they like really internalize it, like you can tell that they're doing something that people in really bad political situations do a lot, where they kind of just like, they figure that they've been through bad situations before, so they'll get through them again. And so they just kind of act as if like everything's going to be normal at some point in the future, and then like there's something that causes them to give up on that. And for them, it was when the lights went out. When the lights went out in like a permanent fashion. Oh, hell yeah. And this was, I think, one of the biggest ones, was this question about homes. Because everybody loses their homes in the story. Every single person loses their home. Nadia loses her home very early in the narrative because her family is substantially more conservative than her. And she wants to live a somewhat independent life as a young woman. And instead of her parents thinking that that's either acceptable or something to have like some kind of back and forth about, they just cut her off. And she never sees him again. Whereas Saeed has this home that's like this home life that's built around like his parents and their home and the jobs they all hold. And then his mom gets shot while looking for an earring.
Yeah.
And
by a stray bullet.
By a stray bullet. Just just shot in the head while looking for an earring in the back of her car.
Mm-hmm.
Not even on purpose, and that's the end of his home.
Yeah, it's very quick in the book.
It's very quick in the book, but
It's like part of a paragraph. It's not even its whole paragraph.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, what? And then it's like a new chapter, I think. It's like
Yeah.
literally like a new scene, at least.
Yeah. And that's how him and Nadia start living together. Is like part of the funeral, is like during the funeral preparations. And Saeed doesn't have the real agency to do anything about that, right? Like, there's nothing that Saeed could possibly have done to have stopped that bullet. There's nothing he could have done to bring his mother back, and there's nothing he could have done to stop the rebels from turning his city into a war zone. And his home was just gone.
Mm-hmm.
And again, everybody in the story loses it. Even people who don't do very much, whose lives like go pretty smoothly. Like there's a Chinese immigrant to San Francisco. It's like a very minor character. And like they talk about how everything that makes her home like work kind of ends over time. Like her husband dies. Her second husband dies. Her kids all move out. The neighborhood gentrifies to hell and back. She's still living there. It's still technically her home, but is it? Is it? And this was, to me, this was like the turning point of the book. We mentioned like that when they brought on the lights back in London.
Mm-hmm.
This is the if you don't mind, or would you like to read it, Cece?
What, the quote you have here?
Yeah.
You can read it. My head's in the way, bro.
Fair enough. The denial of coexistence would have required one party to cease to exist, and the extinguishing party too would have been transformed in the process, and too many native parents would not after have been able to look their children in the eye. And so this is this kind of acknowledgement that, like, London at this point is placed on this razor's edge, where large swaths of the city are filled with people who teleported in from Nigeria and Syria and Cameroon and Mexico and blah, blah, blah. And they've taken homes from people who live there. And they've got these crowds of native British people who want to kick them out. And the thing is that once you do that, now you have to live with that. You don't get the home back. You no longer, you don't have like you know, your childhood home, right? Somebody moves into your childhood home while you're on vacation, and they're living there, and they're desperate people. You know, they're desperate because of horrible things that happened to them right before they moved in. And if you go there and you beat those squatters to death with a hammer, that's now part of your home forever. Like, you don't get to have the comfy childhood home anymore. You now have a murder scene. And yourself as a murderer. And that, to me, is, I think, one of those, like, really profound and beautiful realizations in this. Yeah, you are a murderer at that point, yes. And it's that, I think it's one of these, like, profound and beautiful parts of this book, is that, like, people kind of coming to terms with the fact that they can't really go back.
It's that they're also victims of whatever war starts the migration.
Yes.
Even if they are the oppressors, they're still subjected to this higher and more influential power that comes from a horrible place. So there's a lot more in common between the people who are migrants and the people who are the home team than a lot of people realize. But I think what's important to point out here is that the doors are the equivalent of, you said earlier, like teleporting or like transporting. The thing is that the doors serve as the same conception or concept that we bring in our minds when we think of immigrants is like, oh, they just got here. Like, they just came here. But there's no conceptualization of what they've been there through to get there, right? So like it's a good plot, a good way to make the plot super simple, because you don't have to go through like this monumental traveling scene about how hard it is to travel. So like he definitely cuts down all of that like fat, right? The fat from the story, and just gets to this point. But it's also super influential because when you're reading it, it shows just how easy it is to be like, well, they just came here and now they get to reap the benefits of coming here. But that's not at all how it actually went out. You know what I mean? Like in reality, that's not how it works.
Yeah, in reality, migrants, you know, in the United States, migrants are frequently walking here, very, very long distances. Or they're using boats. Like one of our largest origin countries for immigrants recently has been Haiti. And Haiti is on an island, so they're coming here via boat. Or at least partially. Often going via boat into Central America and then walking the rest of the way, which is a hell of a trip. And, you know, this kind of makes you, the book kind of forces you to think like there's a lot of sympathy in somebody went through all this work to come to my country, right? And to be somebody who's willing to put in all this work into becoming an American. Shouldn't I respect that? Is a thing that I've often said. But this one does kind of go, well, if they did just get here, right? If they didn't put in that work, if we aren't just looking at the few survivors of a brutal and awful experience and those who had the resources and the good health to pull it off, if we are looking at just anybody who could come through, so what? Like, so what? Like, would you should still treat them as humans, as humans, as people who you have this deep shared experience with.
But unfortunately, that is not how people perceive it.
Many people don't. I perceive it that way, and so I'm hopeful that other people do. So I try to.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Unfortunately. I would say the majority of people think immigrants are lazy and don't deserve to be where they moved to.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I've worked with a lot of immigrants, and so I know that I am in something of a bubble, right? I'm living in one of the most immigrant-heavy cities on the planet.
Yes.
And I particularly work with I've spent a lot of time working with impoverished people. Hunter brings up an interesting point, which is that it still requires a lot of courage and desperation just to go through those teleportation doors, right? Like even if it's not as terrifying as getting on a leaky boat going across the Caribbean, it's still a lot. Like, you are still stepping into the void.
I mean, you know, Hamid writes, when we migrate, we murder from our lives those we leave behind.
Absolutely, that's true.
So he doesn't talk about this situation as just going through a door. It's like there is no going back. Like when Saeed leaves his father doesn't want to come with him.
Yes.
Because he's much more inclined to die where his wife did. And that is like a final goodbye. Saeed never sees his father again after that.
Yes.
So it is literally cutting off like a part of yourself to move to a better life.
And it's true. I mean, it doesn't even require national level moves. I've moved quite a bit in my life, and not a single person who lived from my hometown. Not a single person that I knew from my hometown still lives there. 100% of us left. And other than the ones who I'm blood relatives of, I've lost all those connections. You know, and that's just like within the United States, right? That's just people moving for jobs. in school and stuff like that. Like that's not like moving to a place where people speak a different language. That's moving to a place where people prepare pizzas differently. Like it's a much more minor move, but they go through this very heavily in the case of this book in particular. Like Cece said, Saeed's father refuses to go through the door. He refuses, and that's one of those things that's, that was one of those things I never asked any of my colleagues about. Was, some of my colleagues hadn't been back to their home countries in a very long time and likely did not see their parents. Again, while they were alive. And that's really scary. That's really, really scary. I mean, shit, I remember a movie. This is from a movie. Did you ever hear the movie The Queen of Versailles?
No.
Okay, The Queen of Versailles is about this home construction project in Florida where some real estate mogul makes this outrageously large house. So large that like 80% of it's unoccupied, and there'll just be like, they've got these dogs, and the dogs will just like shit in parts of the house and takes them weeks to find the dog shit because the house is so big, like at that level of big. And the nanny that's raising the kids of the household hasn't seen her own kids in 15 years.
Yeah.
Which is just like, oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
That's like emotional for you.
It is. It really is.
I'm like the complete opposite.
Oh, no.
I'm Nadia. I'm just like...
You're just very present moment. Very like, we got to keep moving.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
So I'm like the complete opposite. I mean, obviously it's upsetting to not see like, family, but I think the individual is more important, at least for me. Like I'm definitely more like Nadia, where it's just like, it's my life to live.
Well, I mean, that actually does get to like a big point about the distinctions between Nadia and Saeed. I come from a very warm, very loving family.
Lucky you.
Yes. I do appreciate that this is luck. I did not do this on purpose. I did. That was not my responsibility. I did not do anything other than meet them where they were already at. And this is Syed's experience, right? That Syed has a great deal of affection for his mother and his father, and for his cousins, and for the people who he grew up with and was raised by, and that he went to church with, and so on and so forth. And Nadia just fucking does not.
No.
Because they're not nice to her, right? Like, Tohu brings up like, there are parts of the family that he hates. They hate.
Yeah.
And I think that's a. I think that's a big difference, right? And I think that is kind of a difference in how you think about this kind of thing.
But the thing about Saeed is that for him, it's not even just about his family, it's about humanity as a whole.
It's true.
Which is relatable because, I might have like anger and resentment towards my family and not speaking to quite a few of them out of their own behavior or just circumstance. But Saeed loves his family, but he also just loves humanity.
That's true.
And he feels very close to the spirit of humanity. Whereas Nadia, I feel, is a lot more worldly and materialistic.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
Even though I relate to Nadia's like lack of care for family or like the past or, in general, she's kind of, she's anti-stagnation. She's very open to change.
Yes.
And is an active participant of change.
She's very agentic. She's much more of a protagonist.
Saeed is rooted. Yeah.
She's way more protagonistic than Saeed is. Saeed is kind of pulled along in the narrative.
He's passive.
Yeah, he's a much more passive character.
Yeah.
And it is also kind of interesting that, like, I feel like Saeed's in a lot of ways a very admirable character. He's very kind.
Fuck that guy.
I know you don't mean that. He's very kind. He's very honorable. He clearly is trying to make the world a better place and is kind to the people around him. And but also he's the person who all right, Hoomter, have a good night. Hoomter, I think was a particular one I wanted to see his response to, because he's a Pole who lives in Sweden, so he's got some relationship here, but Saeed is also, like, kind of easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Like, there's this little sequence, right? So they're in this London apartment kind of situation, this London apartment living situation with a lot of other refugees. And they're mostly living with Nigerians. But he finds some people from their, quote, home country, which they never say what it is.
Yeah.
It feels like Syria to me, but they never actually say.
Yeah.
And he finds some people from his home country who are also devout Muslims like him, and they talk him into buying a fucking gun. And it isn't until he gets back to the apartment and, like, goes to bed that he's like, I don't know how to use this thing.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? I need to get rid of this thing. Like, this thing is purely a liability to me. What am I doing? He's kind of gullible. He's kind of gullible, and that's the second time that he gets completely hoodwinked by people from their home community. Earlier, they get scammed by a guy who he knew growing up.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Like, Nadia is so much more eye on the prize. Like
She's very skeptical.
She's very skeptical, but she also is, like, she is the one who notices where power actually is. Where like
there's a quote that proves Nadia is just, like, on it. I don't know where this is in the book, but it says, the fury of those nativists advocating wholesale slaughter was what struck Nadia most, and it struck her because it seemed so familiar, so much like the fury of the militants in her own city. She wondered whether she and Saeed had done anything by moving, whether the faces and buildings had changed, but the basic reality of their predicament had not.
That's a good one.
So, yeah, there's even points in the book where she is just like, yeah, we're in this new area, but we're still facing the same general concept of hatred.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's kind of interesting, right, that, like, the big hatred we see is against people just kind of living their lives.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a lot of hatred in general for that.
Yeah. Like, that's, I guess, that's kind of, like, to me, that's kind of the parallel between the militants and the nativists in London is, like, the militants are, like, executing people for, like, smoking weed and stuff. And it's like, dude, like, these are just people living a normal life. Like, Nadia's cousin gets blown up by a bomb for, like, what was he even doing? He was, like, going shopping or something, and, like,
yeah.
And Saeed's mom gets her head blown apart by looking for an earring in her car. And it's like, these are people who are just, like, what did they even do to you, man? What did they even do to you? And it's just kind of interesting, right? Especially when you contrast this with, like, reading action isekais and Star Wars and stuff, where, like, the hatred is for people who are, like, doing, like, really vile stuff. So it's, like, really righteous hatred. But here we see this really pointless hatred. This really unjustified hatred. This hatred that is just, like, insane and stupid. And it's hard not to. And like, I think that's part of like why I found Saeed such an interesting character, because like through Saeed, we can see the type of person who could be talked into confusing those two things.
Mm-hmm.
Like he almost gets talked into joining a militia to fight against the British people trying to kick them out of their new homes.
Yeah.
And that would have just gotten him killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would have gotten nothing done. It would have just gotten him killed. And like I do not have a. I think my politics, most people can figure them out even if I don't say them out loud. But I will say out loud, I don't have a lot of sympathy for the type of guy who goes up to a refugee camp and hits people with a club.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of sympathy for that. I think that's a pretty vile type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that that's the type of vile person who, like, I don't know that shooting that person is going to get a lot done for the things that I want to get done about the world. I don't know that that's going to help my vision of the world come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. Is that your break alarm?
That was Scam Likely. Good old friend Scam Likely. I'm actually amazed by the ratio of scam calls I get to like important phone calls. It's incredible. But sometimes it's your brother calling you or something like that. That's like actually kind of worth picking up, but not today. Not today. Today they are trying to possibly literally suck my blood. Probably not literally. Probably figuratively. But yeah, this is. But yeah, like this like inability to truly defend your home on these terms, to I forget where I was going to go, but let's go to the next one. Oh yes. Okay, good timing. I can't believe I got this timing right. So one of those things that, like I said, Saeed gets fooled by people who share his heritage and background. It's a thing that happens with some frequency. I was, this is coming up in the other book I was reading at the same time, Love Agency, the mere exposure effect. It's a psychology thing. Here's your study.
Yippee!
Do you know this one?
Nope.
Or the familiarity effect is another term for it?
I mean, I can pretty much piece it together.
Fair enough. It's fairly straightforward.
It's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple, yeah. Pretty well talked about. If you're in an unfamiliar situation, if there's something that's like a little bit familiar to you, you get really excited about it. It seems really cool and really good. It's why people go to the Olive Garden in Times Square. It's why people go to McDonald's when they're in Japan. That kind of thing. And not just the fact that McDonald's in Japan is a very different experience, but whatever. And so one of those things that we see is that like they keep on meeting people from their home country, and Nadia consistently does not give a shit. Nadia consistently do not give a shit. Like she do not care. Whereas it's very clear that Saeed gives preferential treatment to people from his own background. And the first time this comes up is, like they're in this refugee camp in Greece. And Saeed finds a guy from their hometown that he knows, like he's met before. And this guy's like, hey, I know a way off of here. I know a way to a nicer part of the world. Pay me X amount, and I'll come by tomorrow and I'll lead you there. And he just doesn't. He just scams him and leaves.
Yeah.
He just takes the money and run. Whereas Nadia hangs out with a trainee nurse that she wants to fuck. She does.
Yeah.
She does. The low-key, there's low-key Yuri in this one. And this butch 19-year-old Greek girl is the one who actually gets them out.
Yeah.
Is the one who actually gets them out. So like this little lesbian is the one who actually helps them escape, who they don't share any real heritage with, who comes from a very different cultural background and context, and the only thing that she really has in common with the characters is like a really basic decency. this really, really fundamental decency that she's got that, as quite a few people I've known from Greece, I've got a lot of respect for the Greeks these days. They look at some people in trouble and say, I could make this worse or I could make this better.
Yeah, the author Hamid is very in the middle when it comes to this stuff. He has people that are from the original country who aren't good, and people from other countries who are good, and vice versa. And there's not just like one good lens on any particular thing for him. Obviously, there's a pretty negative lens on war.
Yes.
And, the people who participate in war. There's a pretty negative lens there. But even when it comes to these countries that people migrate to, he's not necessarily negative about their reaction.
He's not. It's very... I actually really appreciated it, because that's been my experience with people, right? Like, honestly, I feel like most people have been very nice to me in my life. I feel like I've been more well-treated than I deserve, but I also don't feel like it's been straightforward who the people are going to be good and bad to me. I don't feel like I can look at somebody and tell within 5 seconds what they're going to be like when the rubber hits the road. And there's not like a correlate. Like, I think we want at some level to be able to look at a person and tell by the clothes that they're wearing or the music that they listen to, or if we're racist as hell, the color of their skin, that they're going to be nice to us. And it's just never like that. It's just never fucking like that. It's always much more this mess. And the kind of final plot point that we haven't really touched on is that for all of this, they don't stay in love.
I don't want to talk about it. It makes me sad.
I thought it was kind of beautiful, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. Listen, their romance throughout this entire book is so poignant.
It is.
And yet so not even the focus.
That's true. And
it's very much, you love the middle of the book. Like, you love the middle of the book.
I love almost everything in it. I like the beginning the least.
Yeah. I love the beginning the most.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I've noticed that you have talked about the later half of the book. And I'm like, you are not even picking at the meat and potatoes of the beginning. Because the meat and potatoes are very much in the beginning of the book when it comes to their relationship and Saeed's personality.
That's true.
Because the middle and second half are largely about migration.
Yeah.
So it's like the bigger umbrella and the more purpose of the book, right? It's and then the microscopic example of all of this is Saeed and Nadia's relationship.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm happy to talk more about it. I'm not going to lie. Part of the reason why I'm talking more about the latter half of the book is that's the part I read today.
That's fair. That's fair.
I read the first half yesterday and the second half today.
I'm like picking up that you're like, I love the migration part and the history and all this other stuff.
I do.
And I'm like, let's get into the microscopic points of this book.
I mean, I'm absolutely down for that. I will also say, like, you're just getting like a little bit of a bias in me. I actually really love it when a narrative allows people to fall out of love and then fall in love with different people. I'm a real sucker for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, that's a sucker for that.
I have a love-hate relationship with that. Basically, Nadia and Saeed are very, very different.
They are. They really
Saeed
are.
ends up falling in love with a prayer girl, like a pastor's daughter, which makes sense for him because he loves religion and the community that comes with religion.
Absolutely, yes.
Whereas Nadia has never truly cared about that. But in the context of when they fall in love, it's this huge monumental change in their society and in their lives. So for Saeed to see Nadia as this, I mean, when Saeed meets Nadia, she is like the epitome of unexpected.
She's such an unexpected person.
Yeah, she's in this abaya, this black robe that is incredibly religious, and probably what made Saeed look at her, to be honest, because he's in love with, you know, the traditions of his religion and all of this other stuff. And she's on a motorcycle.
Yep.
And he's like, what? Huh? And then like there's so many points where she's just ends up being like this really headstrong woman who you wouldn't expect to wear an abaya.
Yeah.
And smokes weed.
She smokes weed, she smokes cigarettes, she doesn't pray. I actually think the moment when like he like really makes a move from being like a little bit interested to being really interested is specifically when she's like, oh, I don't pray.
And he's like, what?
And like that, like you can feel, like maybe this is like this sort of like masculine perspective on how men fall in love kind of thing. I could like feel the smirk on him through that. Like I like through the text, I could like feel how like his heart tugs and the smirk on his face, and he's like, now this is a person who is like really interesting.
But the same fucking thing that he falls in love with her for is the same thing he falls out of love.
I think it's worth
for.
I think that it's worth saying that his relationship with religion, I think, changes a lot. I think he's a much less religious person at the start.
He grabs onto religion when he leaves because it connects him back to his father.
Yes, his father, who's not religious. His parents are not particularly religious. Like, and it's this kind of interesting thing that, like, I think as Nadia sees it, which I think is reasonable. I think Nadia's extremely reasonable on this front. Religion, their religion is why she lost her family and why she lost her home. Whereas for Saeed, his religion is the thing that allows him to be connected to himself, which I think is more irrational. I think it's harder to make sense of that, but I think it's kind of beautiful in a tragic way. And he absolutely becomes more religious. I don't think that he would have fallen in love with a particularly religious girl if there hadn't been the war and they hadn't left.
Yeah.
I think that if his life had continued on the trajectory it looked like at the start of the book, where he's advertising, she's insurance, where he's this advertising agent, he doesn't dress particularly religiously. He doesn't mention this militant movement that is clearly much more religiously conservative. He doesn't seem to sympathize with them very much. He doesn't come across to me as a particularly religious guy. He's got like a couple of weird little religious things. Like, he insists on not having penetrative sex.
Yeah.
Until marriage.
Yeah.
Which Nadia's like, what?
And they have sex, by the way.
Yeah.
They have sex.
Yeah.
And he refuses to look at it as true sex.
Yeah. It's very funny. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Like, that's like one of the last lines in the book is like Saeed being like, imagine if we had had sex all those years ago. Just we were having sex.
It's so cute. It's so fucking cute.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I love that part. It did make me cry.
Context for people who haven't read this.
Yeah.
Saeed and Nadia date. They have sex. They do. It's talked about in a way where it's like it's not really sex, but it's from the perspective of Saeed. Even though it's written in third person, it is heavily Saeed's perspective, more so than Nadia's at least. And he is like, we're not married, so it's not sex.
He's very much an oral sex isn't sex guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And anal sex isn't sex and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And so anyways, they move, they fall in love with other people, they break up, they realize they're more friends. Like, even when they're in their relationship, they're more friends than really a romantic partnership at this point. And yeah, so they fall out of love and they break up, and they follow each other on socials for a while after they've parted, and then it becomes too much because it hurts to look at them, and at the same time they don't worry anymore because they can tell that the other person is happy, so they stop even connecting on socials. And then years later they meet in
Their
a
hometown.
cafe.
Yeah, the cafe where they
And they talk, and they're not, it's just a completely, they're in two separate lives. And and he's like, imagine if we had sex all those years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, Saeed. And Nadia just goes along with it. Nadia is just like, yeah, imagine.
No, I thought Nadia said
did.
like, we did, dude. And he's just like, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure, fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me cry again, because that chapter, that scene was so beautiful. The way it ends is
scene.
I love it. It's so beautiful.
It's not beautiful. It's so sad.
I didn't think it was sad at all. I thought it was so hopeful.
I'm not one for bittersweet.
I thought it was so hopeful.
I am not one for bittersweet at all. It's nice that it's just so sad because
you were shipping them hard.
I'm gonna get emotional thinking about this.
Okay.
It's just fucking sad because it's such a human experience to love someone. And I still think they love each other.
I do too.
And I think it hurts them so much to meet at that cafe years later and know that there is never an opportunity to go back and live that life. And that's so sad.
I guess it's not sad. I don't know. I wonder like why I don't find it sad. Like compared to you, because I'm just like, I'm thinking about my exes, and
have you ever really been in love?
That's a great question, but I think it's a little outside the scope of this book. I think about my exes, and I think that, with some exceptions, I think that if I met them and just had a conversation with them and learned that they were happy, I think I would just be happy.
And for those exes, I don't think I ever loved.
Interesting. Because the one who I think I was the most in love with is one of those.
I'd be like, I'm horribly upset. If they were like, I'm married now, I have kids, I'd be like, holy fuck, I can't even look at you. Like, even just thinking about that makes me want to cry.
Okay.
Because it's just like I get tears in my eyes thinking about that.
And see, I just...
I mean, are you in a relationship right now?
No disclosure. On that one. But
that's the thing, is like, I feel like people who are in a relationship, at least for me, would view that as like really fucking sad.
Interesting.
Because thinking about it down that line, if you're in love with someone, I don't know, man. Have you ever been in love? I don't know, man. Maybe I just love a little too hard.
Maybe contrary to how you've been characterizing yourself here, maybe this is you being more Saeed.
I am.
This is you being more stuck in your past.
I am very much both, because there's parts of me that are like very much Nadia, where it's like I don't have a good view on people, and then there's Saeed, who I love everyone, like even strangers I love.
I mean, humanity is beautiful.
Well, I cry because humanity is beautiful and also so fucking evil, and the world makes me cry sometimes because of how mean it can be.
Which
but I'm telling you, the exes that meeting now that I wouldn't care how, like, if they were happy and like had kids and like marriage, like if I was like, whether I'd be happy for them or not care, I know those are the people that I either hate more than I love or never loved to begin with.
My exes fall into the category of people who I simply wish are having a nice time, and people who I'm really fucking glad I haven't seen in years. So that's my categories of exes, are ones who I just don't want to see again.
I have one ex who I wish has the worst life. Like I wish actual hatred upon that man.
I can believe that.
If I met him and he was happy, he's probably dead by now, to be honest with you.
Shit.
But if I met him and he was happy, I would be like, good for you. Like that would just be like I'd be like, okay. But then there's exes who if I met and they were happy, I'd be like, that's awesome. And then there's the idea of an ex who I love, like I very much love them. And they were happy without me, I would be very upset.
I'm not a very territorial man, I will say that.
Neither am I. Hi, Raiders.
Hello, Raiders. Also, hello, Jade's Workshop, and hello, Just Paz. And hello, Terakawa Hana. Hello, Hana. How are you doing today, Hana? What were you up to, Hana? You were doing Apex.
Apex Legends.
An interesting coincidence. A game that I have literally never streamed, even though I've played quite a bit of. And I'm with a person who I've probably watched you play like 5,000 hours of Apex.
Fucking hate it. Fuck that game. What makes me sad?
Yeah. What?
There are people that I have loved who I will never get to actually love.
Aww.
And that's why it makes me sad that Saeed and Nadia never get to love each other after the fact.
Aww.
Even though they still have love for each other. That shit is sad. And it's even more sad because, like, when I did love them, they didn't love me. And then when I didn't love them, they loved me. And we're still in each other's lives. So it's very much like we have this unspoken love for one another, but we just will never ever act on it, or it doesn't matter anymore. And I think that's really sad. And I'm capable of loving more than one person at a time, which is also very like difficult as someone who is monogamous.
Yes. Hana actually did ask me for access to this book because she's actually been on this book club before.
I love this book. I hope Hana loves it.
Even though we're spoiling everything, I think this book is going to hold up. I plan on rereading it. I
know. I want to reread it after talking about it.
It's so good. I have one more slide, and it is on a topic that is very... Oh my goodness! Okay, never mind. Hold on. We're going to hold off for a minute.
Hello, Raiders.
Hello, Raiders. Hello, Raiders. Hello, Cozy. Hello, Cozy. Hello, Cozy. The shout-out is on cooldown, because you just came here like 2 seconds after another Raider. We got double raid.
Double raid!
I was actually on Cozy's last night playing golf with friends, so this is...
Oh, heck yeah.
And she's been on here before as well. How was The Walking Dead? How's The Walking Dead, Cozy? And for I guess for both sets of Raiders, we are doing book club today. We are discussing a 2017... What would you describe this as?
Horrible book. Worst fucking book ever. Makes you so sad. Makes you want to cry.
I would call it, I guess, an immigration fantasy, maybe.
Yeah, sci-fi.
Yeah, kind of a Iranian Pakistani magical realism.
Realistic fiction besides the sci-fi part.
The one little sci-fi part. And I'm joined here by Cierna. This was her book recommendation. If you want to introduce yourself a little bit, Cierna.
Oh, hi, my name is Cierna. I usually talk about shit dicker cum. Today I'm being an intellectual with Alma. So good for me.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, you're getting.
It's like a genre switch up.
I mean, hey, it's like muscle confusion, but for streaming. You're getting on your different streamer muscles. I don't know. Is this normie? I feel like this would be like even more perv shit. I feel like it's even like more messed up to like having like a serious discussion on Twitch.tv. All right, Cozy. Yeah, all right, Cozy. Have a good night.
Bye, Cozy.
There is sex in this book. There's quite a bit of sex in this book. There's even old people.
It's smutty though.
It is not smutty.
Unfortunately.
It is. It's actually a very dry book, for the most part.
You're a dry book.
I moisturize. Unlike most men, I moisturize. Come
Good
on.
for you, man. I don't even moisturize. You're better than me.
Oh no. Oh no. We're getting the gender swap up going on here.
Hell yeah, I'm the man now. Bend over.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for you to break that logic out on your own stream. Like, Venge, I bet you moisturize.
Yeah, no, for real. He should.
I assume he does. He seems like the kind of guy who does.
He does. He fucking.
he's got the vibes of a guy
Twitch,
who does skincare.
We went to TwitchCon together, and we were with my friend Ryan. Ryan's Asian, Benj is black. I'm white.
Yeah.
And we were in his hotel room, and Benj goes, "Hey, Ryan, you got lotion?" Ryan goes, "Why would I have lotion?" And I go, "'Cause he's getting ashy, Ryan." And Ryan's like, "What?"
Oh no.
Benj goes, "Oh, so you're racist." So we started shitting on Ryan for not having lotion on hand for Benj. And we said, "You are not an ally." Shit was so fucking funny.
Thank you for the reminder. Reaching up and grabbing my shea butter right now.
Right?
But yeah,
it was so funny.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But no, yeah, this is that's very funny. That's very funny. It's just when they say black don't crack, that's not without work.
Yeah.
That don't come free.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this book is absolutely beautiful, and it's. And the reason why I brought this up is that the woman who Saeed falls in love with later is of mixed race, and is half black and half from their home country. Her mother is from unnamed Civil War zone, and it's Seple Huntress. Thank you for the follow. And it's really this kind of, like I said, this is kind of really challenging thing where they often get fooled by the heritages. And we were talking more about the love story side of it before I got thrown off by Raiders, and then got back on track only by the hook of my slideshow. Do you mind if we take 5?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I apologize, folks. I'll show you the fan art gallery. We'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes while I get some water and use the bathroom. So enjoy the fan art gallery, and we'll be back. And we're back, and we're back, and we're back. Thank you for your patience.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you all for your patience. Thank you all for your patience. And I'm actually gonna give you a little more of a boost. I just was looking at that. A little bit more of a boost for the CC. We were pretty much towards the end of the prepared remark, which means that we get to do the more fun part of the conversation afterwards. This is the thing. We were talking about the parts of this book that are really sad. And the ways in which things in this book can be really sad and really... It's not even depressing. Depressing is definitely not the right word for it at all. Or even tragic. But it's the fragility was one of those things that I was thinking about all the time while reading this. Everything is so fragile. People were talking up earlier about how if you did have this kind of transportation method, like how would you maintain national boundaries? And that is something that's happening kind of in the background that like the main characters are not too concerned with because their country is destroyed at the start by things that don't involve any sci-fi technology. Their country is destroyed by the very simple expedient that one group of people in the country doesn't like the way the country is run, and they are willing to kill everyone over it. And they fight a war over it, and a lot of people die, and the country kind of ceases to be as a result of that. Because that's how that works. But other countries kind of fall apart, you know, that's how do you really maintain any sort of coherence to your national boundaries? And this is not the first sci-fi book about that I've read. The sci-fi book Too Like the Lightning is about that as the main concern. And you know, because people have been saying that for a long time, right? That like airplanes are going to make countries obsolete and stuff like that. And it turns out that they don't.
Yeah.
Turns out not, in fact, no. But it's not obviously just countries, you know, it's people, it's cities, it's worldviews. And it's, you know, it's also Saeed and Nadia's love. It's all very fragile. And one of those things that like really struck me about it was that nothing is defended in the book with like strength.
Yes.
Like you never defend things by like stopping them. You defend them very gently. You know, like Nadia's lemon tree, right? That they can't take, that they can't save.
Yeah.
It needs to be carefully watered. The lemon tree is almost kind of an interesting metaphor for the community that they are a part of that is dying. That it needs the continual water, it needs the continual maintenance and love and affection in order to just stay together. And it doesn't. Very sad little part there in the early parts of the book, but it keeps on going like that. There's nothing that could have been done to save Saeed's mom from a bullet. So on. It's just constantly like, and the only way that things are saved and preserved and made better is by acts of gentleness and care. And I've grabbed a quote that I love. That's from, we talked about it earlier with the guy in the Australian rich person's house.
Yes.
This is what he said. This is his internal monologue, so to speak. Because it's all third person, so it's not really his internal monologue. But this is what he's going through his head, supposedly. Yeah. This is what the narrator puts in his mouth.
It's like omnipotent, kind of. Omnipotent, sorry.
Yeah.
It should be named omnipotent, to be honest.
I feel like we should be allowed to just change the pronunciations however we feel.
I genuinely think it should be omnipotent.
Omnipotent, I think it works better in most circumstances. Omnipotent, I think, works for like going fast.
Omnipotent pisses me off. Anyway, sorry, that's like a side note, but
yeah. Tohu does make the good point. This omniscient is what we mean, not omniscience. Unfortunately,
fuck you. It is omniscient, though.
Yeah, it is omniscient. You are correct on that one. An omnipotent narrator is a different question. he knew how little it took to make a man into meat. The wrong blow, the wrong gunshots, the wrong flick of a blade, the turn of a car, presence of a microorganism in a handshake, a cough. He was aware that alone, a person is almost nothing. And, you know, it's particularly interesting that he is saying that this is coming to a man who is in a context where the narrative and the memes that we have about our culture are telling us that this guy is the one who has the power. That, you know, this guy is awake and alert and big and strong and has the element of surprise, and he is in the presence of a naked sleeping woman.
Mm-hmm.
And all he is doing is he's being aware of how vulnerable he is. Of how easily his life could end, how easily he could be destroyed. How little there is to him. And that to me was like so much of what this book was just... We read so many books, and particularly like we read so many books and so many movies about like the durability of humanity. Like the indomitable human spirit and the invulnerability. And what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant, where he like gets mauled by a bear and then crawls through the wilderness for 40 miles with his legs broken or something like that. And like this is not that book. This is a book where everybody is fractions of a second away from death the entire time. Yeah, Tohu, that is absolutely part of what is being referenced in Exit West. They're absolutely making that literary reference to those elements of like the racialized fear and power between white women and black men. And yeah, it was so interesting that like to me, when I look at what goes on between Nadia and Saeed, it's like the subtle ways that they change, like kind of rot their relationship. That you know, Saeed becomes more fearful and more religious and more nostalgic in particular. He becomes very nostalgia focused, and Nadia becomes more kind of sensorial, I guess might be the word I'm looking for. Hopefully somebody in chat will correct me on this one, but more like sense focused, like not just hedonistic, but like she was always kind of focused on the moment, but I think she becomes even more so. You know, she's less and less interested in words and in ideas, because that's what she finds attractive about Saeed in the first place, right? Is the astronomy.
Yes.
You know, he's into astronomy and he's into music, and he's game, right? Like he's game as a person. That like she comes to him with shrooms and is like, do you want to do some shrooms? And he's just like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's, I mean, to a certain extent, that's also like, I'm sure that you've witnessed this, that like, particularly like a young man can kind of be talked into anything if he thinks it's going to help him get laid.
A young man. More like all men.
Hey.
In my experience, at least.
No flirting on Maine. I lie. Incredibly unbelievably. Least credible thing I've said on stream. Yeah, he's good giving in game, and he's generous and open-minded, and those just become less interesting to her, I think, over the course of the novel. Over time, yeah. Like you know, the people that she wants later are people who can give her pleasure in a much more direct sense.
Like a
and
muscular woman.
a muscular woman who knows how to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know. I found that particularly beautiful, but I also just kind of loved how he's such an improvement over everyone else from what I've heard, in that he's decent, and she wants more than decent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair. And I think it's one of those things that I do kind of wonder about a little bit, because like going all the way back to the early parts of the novel, right, which is more of what you want to talk about. That what like looking at the earliest parts of their relationship before the war like really gets going, like I could believe that it just like doesn't go anywhere between the two of them. That like the reason why they wind up stuck together for so long is just the circumstances of this was the person they were hooking up with when everything went to hell.
Yeah.
Like I could believe that if things hadn't gone to hell, they would have dated for a couple of months and then gone out with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I don't know. It's kind of interesting, right? Like they're also kind of pushed together.
Yes.
They're also kind of pushed together, and it is also kind of interesting that like he's kind of a lot more useless than she is in the middle.
He's just like a very passive man.
He's very passive. Which I definitely know girls who are into that. That's definitely a category of guy, and a category of guy that some women are attracted to. But it's not kind of a story of like these are the two. I don't know if it's the two people who need each other. I don't know if they really need each other in those moments, other than like he needs Nadia. I think if Nadia is not there, he dies. I think he doesn't make it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Either he stays with his dad, or he ends up making some really fucking dumb decisions in either Greece or London that get him killed.
But it's not like he's aware of that. So it's not like Nadia is like this person that he feels he needs and thus loves. I think their love is definitely opportunistic.
Yeah. Which the horrible question that I think all of us hate about romance as a thing to study, because I actually do love the sociology of romance and the psychology of romance. I actually fucking love it, and I read so much romance manga. My dude, it's embarrassing. It's deeply embarrassing. But it's the kind of horrible thing is like to what extent are we only in love with the people who are available to us? Like to what extent are all relationships vulnerable to those circumstances?
Yes.
That's a because like we like the whole, particularly our belief about like I remember a really dumb thought experiment was like, okay, so like let's assume that you have one destined true person to fall in love with, right?
Yeah.
You know, like standard story trope, right? There's like the one
soulmates.
You got your one soulmate. What's the % chance that you and your soulmate were born in the same century?
I don't know. Maybe they would wait. It depends. Do we know do we know of our soulmate when we're actually souls? You know what I mean?
It's a great question.
If reincarnation is a thing, you know what I'm saying?
There's a million ways to slice it, but it's just like a very dumb way to put the question of like, what if your soulmate died in 10,000 BC?
I mean, kill me now. I don't believe in soulmates.
I mean, I don't either. I just kind of don't. And this is not like the reason why. This is just like a silly way to put it. But it's I don't think that's really how love works. In general.
Oh, you want to go into how love works?
Let's hear it. I think you think about this a lot. I think you're a deep thinker. I think you're a scholar of the romantic arts.
I do think deeply. I wouldn't say I'm a scholar, but I will never forget the debate we had in ninth grade, probably ninth or 10th grade. And it was like, it's always a statement that you agree or disagree with, or somewhat agree or not, blah, blah, blah. And the statement was, love is made up from chemicals in the brain.
Okay.
And that's all love is, right?
Okay.
And there was this girl who was very, very focused on being rational and logical throughout her entire life. She is very scientific and all this other stuff. So she agreed, and she was like, she went hard. She was like, love is nothing but chemicals. Love is just the chemicals in your brain, and that's why love doesn't exist, because those chemicals can stop. And it's just, you think it's love, but it's actually just, oxytocin and endorphins and dopamine and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah. What's her Twitch at?
She's not. She's not. She's off working for the fucking government probably at this point. She went into government, so I hope she becomes the president one day, to be honest with you. That girl is a fucking force. She's a force of nature. But anyways, good for her. So she said on that, and I disagreed with her. We were like rivals in fucking high school. Yeah. I disagreed with her, and I was like, love is what you decide to do for another person when the chemicals wear off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because that's what I believe love is. I believe love is commitment and dedication, which is why I'm monogamous, despite thinking I can be in love with multiple people at one time. I mean, it's a choice.
I know a bunch of poly people. It just seems like a lot of calendar work.
I don't think polyamory is bad or not valid as a way of life. But I think monogamy allows for more intimacy. And that's controversial, but I'll say it. I'll say it right now. That's probably one of the most conservative views I have, which is saying a lot because it's not that conservative, but it's up there. But I think that love is a choice, and I think infatuation is what we see as quote unquote love. Like puppy love is such a thing because everyone loves the feeling of infatuation. There's this new person that you're so excited to know and so excited to, experience, that there's all these chemicals, like, you think about them every day. You send good morning texts, you text all the time, you ask how their life is, all of this other stuff. So it's just so much infatuation. And of course that wears off.
It does.
It doesn't stay like that forever.
And that's definitely a way to look at Nadia and Saeed, that they just had new relationship energy when the bombs started falling.
I mean, imagine being in love in a time where you could die at any moment. That is just, there's a quote where they're like, they finally end up having sex and they could die. They could get murdered for having sex out of out of a marital relationship. And they say it only brings them more pleasure. So they're like, they're in love on literally the biggest honeymoon phase ever. Like the most like drugged up honeymoon phase. So
and what you said kind of reminds me like it is kind of interesting. We have this consensus in the way we talk about love, where we all kind of understand that when we say love, we mean a feeling.
Yeah.
But people disagree about, people fight that, but we all still this is kind of like interesting linguistic dispute, I should say. Because like, I love linguistics. Yeah, there's a really good book about this by Bell Hooks called All About Love. A short book. I actually found it very depressing. And she argues that love is a verb, and that being lovable is a lot less important than being loving.
Yeah.
That, like, people, when they're worried about what to do about a relationship or how to get into a relationship, they worry about how to be lovable, how to be an object that is approached for love by another person. Calibri VT, thank you for the follow. Whereas she argues that what should be the focus is much more, how do you act love out? What are the things that you do for these other people in your life, and how do you treat them? And it's an interesting and provocative book, and it's had a lot of impact on a lot of people in my life. I know quite a few people who really swear by it. I personally found it depressing because one of the things that she views as a necessary component of being loving is having a degree of intelligence that I just don't think I have.
You don't have. What are you talking about?
I know, right?
What do you mean by that?
Like a level of she did Calibri. That, like, you need to be able to predict the effects of your actions on other people to a degree that I thought was, like, very difficult.
That?
I don't think I got that. I think it's very difficult. I think it's very difficult.
What? Bro, this must be a gendered thing. This must be a gendered thing.
Oh, maybe.
Men in chat? Women in chat? Is that like almost like... Is that almost impossible to conceptualize? As a woman, I am just like, what did you just say? Because I know exactly what would make someone feel appreciated and loved.
Oh, geez. No, that's so different from me. I spend all of December stressing to hell about and back about, like, what presents to get for people.
Gifts?
I have no idea.
I'm always like, I am like so good at those.
Oh, I'm so bad.
So good
my
at those.
life has gotten so much better since I learned that most people just appreciate home-baked cookies.
That's fair.
And I just mail people. I just make like several hundred cookies and mail them out.
This is such a gendered thing. This is so, like, oh my god. You know what you need to look into?
Okay, yeah.
You need to look into child development and socialization from a young age, because I swear to God,
I need to read some Eric Erickson and stuff.
when I learned about child development and socialization, and I'm talking like toddler level, like, did you know that we talk to female toddlers so much more than we do male toddlers?
It's true, yeah.
It's fucking insane. And, like, the way we talk about female toddlers and male toddlers is so different. Like, female toddlers were like, she's so pretty, she's so beautiful, she's adorable, she looks so cute. Male toddlers were like, oh, he's so strong. You know what I mean? Like, it starts fucking young. It starts young. And of course there's pros and cons for all of this. You know, you probably don't have object permanence. You probably don't. You're probably
Piaget stage 2, right?
I don't either. But, like, oh my god, no, it just boggles my mind how young this shit starts. And obviously there's exceptions to every rule, you know, like, there's men who are sensitive and women who are not. But, like, and by sensitive, I mean sensitive to other people. But it is very, very apparent. I wrote a French essay about this, by the way. Bro, I will get so into this. This is like psychology.
No, keep going. Let's go. No, I'm here. I'm here. You've got my attention. I am wrapped.
A French
I'm locked
essay
the fuck in. Let's go.
About how women in art are almost always shown in relation to someone else.
Yes.
Like, it's always like a mother, a daughter. It's always like them being someone for someone else. And I think it's very true that women are brought up to be cognizant of other people and how you are in relation to them.
Okay. Not exactly where I thought you were going, but yeah. So I can definitely see that. If you want like a real kick in the pants here that makes this really funny is I've gotten worse as I've gotten older. because I had to do like field work in foreign countries. And so like you have to develop this sort of like weird sensibility of like how to not offend people in like in like a culture where you don't know any of the rules.
Yeah.
And that means a lot of like refusing to guess about other people's intention. Like very deliberately like not very deliberately like not guessing other people's intentions. And it's like now I'm like even worse than I think I was even when I was a teenager about like I have no idea if this will piss people off. I have no idea if this is something that people actually want, or like we'll do things that will make them
like
happy.
I'm just like intuitive.
Oh, also my intuition's just terrible in general. I have like the worst intuitions like about everything.
I think for me, like that shit is just like intuitive. Like I do err on the side of caution. I'm pretty polite, especially with people who I don't consider my peers. If I think someone is of higher status than me, whether that's because of their age or their position economically, or, you know, like I don't know, like a mother-in-law, you know what I mean? I am polite. I am polite, respectful, quiet. I do not ever step on toes. I don't disagree. I don't do anything like that. But when you're my peer, when I think we are on the same level, I am pretty open with how I talk to my peers. And even if I do upset them, I think that's just life. So for me, like, that doesn't matter as much, but I think it's to the point where, like, I'm pretty good at not upsetting people. Except for my autistic tendencies where I'm, like, really brutally honest and just, like, you know. Because I've gotten in trouble with that before. Where, like, I will be making jokes and think that everything is cool, and then, like, 2 weeks later, they'll tell me, never mind, I don't want to be your friend, and I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Because I'm like, wait, what? That's crazy. So that happens sometimes, but other than that, like, you know, I'm kind of chilling. I think that's, like, a very intuitive thing for me, is to just, like, you know, gifts are so easy for me. I love giving people gifts.
Gifts are hell for me. Gifts are actual nightmare mode for me. Gifts are the worst one for me. Especially because like I personally, like, if I need something, I'm the type of person who's like buys it as soon as I need it. And so
practicality.
Like, yeah, I'm just like a very practical
person. But gifts aren't even about practicality. Gifts are about like filling a need. I think women are very good at fulfilling needs. I think it's gendered, but I think Alma might be particularly bad at this.
I do believe that I'm particularly bad at gift giving.
Sneeze.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thanks. I'm hungry.
Hungry. I mean, I want to keep on going on this for a moment, but we can try to start.
Go ahead.
Leaning towards.
I have time.
Okay. But yeah, it's Chad would describe you as polite, by the way.
What would you describe Cece as polite?
100% yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I am polite. I'm very respectful. It's just that in my own space, I don't need to be.
I feel like fully half the conversations I've witnessed you in have been like you and Venge.
Oh my god, yeah, I fucking love Venge.
It's like,
Venge
I would
is
not
like
describe
my
your interaction with
person.
I would not describe your interaction with Venge as polite. So.
Oh yeah, because like fuck that guy. Like literally, Venge is like my favorite person. So for him, it's just like I can be myself, and myself is probably not very polite. Like at my root core, I'm a sailor.
Okay,
you know
okay,
what I
okay.
mean?
Okay. You're masking. You're doing your masking most of the time.
Oh, dude, I'm like the best masker ever.
Barely.
My friend who is autistic says that I think you are masking 90% of the time, and I was like, what? What does that mean?
What does that mean, bro? Well, I mean, like you said, you feel like you're very polite, but in your deep core, underneath it all, you're a sailor. You want to swear like a sailor.
I do swear a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Like you introduce yourself with I talk about shit, piss, and cum.
Shit, dick, and cum. Yeah. Dick,
not piss.
not piss.
Okay, fair. I got it wrong. I apologize.
Water sportsmen.
But I didn't. I because that implies the shit is also a no. I'll leave that one alone. But it's well, I mean, like I said, I am horrible at predicting what will make other people happy, and so that's interesting. Like I view that as like I would have to spend like 10,000 years meditating in a cave to like get to the level where I felt comfortable with my skills at that. Like I need.
That's crazy.
I need to do Goku training arc.
That's wild. I could think about like 5 people right now that I could make pretty happy just by doing something simple.
Interesting.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I think a lot of men.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
And it's funny, a lot of men think that them saying that they're proud of me would make me happy.
Okay, yeah.
That shit makes me mad.
Oh, interesting. I'll need to remember that, because I think I said something along those lines when I wrote you a birthday card.
I think it's nice. But I think people who say that they're proud of me without, like, from you, I think that's nice, because you know me.
Yeah, you've seen me around for a while.
Yeah.
Like I've been.
I think we're friends.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And no, we are.
Okay, that warms my heart. I didn't want to be presumptuous. Thank you, Cece. I think you're my friend too.
Yeah, we're friends. But yeah, so you say like you're proud of me, and I'm like, that makes sense. You've known me for a while. You would understand where I've been and where I am, right?
Yeah.
Other people who say they're proud of me, I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You placating, you know what? I don't, placating, is that what the word is?
Placating. You're good.
Placating, yeah. Fucking assholes, man. I hate when people are like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing a great job. And my chat can say it because they're talking about work, right? They're talking about like, I'm proud of you, Cece. You're doing a lot of work, right? Like people who know what I'm doing. But people who are like, oh, and then people... Oh, this makes me so mad. This is so not even connected to the book, but this makes me so mad. When people talk about my therapy and we are not friends, we are not close, I would never talk about my therapy with you. And they're like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're doing a great job in therapy. Like, I'm like, I will literally grab you by the throat and squeeze until the last breath you take is from my hands, you fucking bitch. I hate when people, it is so condescending to me.
It's okay.
Like
this is a pet peeve I share with you. This is a pet peeve I share with you. Is that like mine's a little bit more like my place on this pet peeve is a little bit like maybe a little bit more rudimentary, but I think it's the same basic one of like this, like we have this weird fetish about people going to therapy. And like when people are like, oh, it's so good that you're going to therapy, and I'm like, do you even know what I'm doing in therapy?
Yeah, I could be talking about like my homicidal thoughts in therapy, and you're.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
I mean, like I actually have been driven slightly insane by the fact that we've I see people because my guilty ass pleasure is reading the /r/relationship subreddit because people in my life don't have drama. My people have like pretty simple lives. So I need that drama fix. I need the drama fix, so I go to Reddit to read strangers' drama because I run out of advice columns that are worth reading. And like, I remember this one where this lady was like, I have this abusive ex-boyfriend, and I talked to him at some point afterwards, and like, apparently his therapist doesn't think he was abusive. Like, how can this possibly be true? What's wrong with this therapist? And it's like, first of all, he's not obligated to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Second, he's not obligated to tell his therapist the truth.
Yeah.
Third, his therapist isn't obligated to tell him the truth. His therapist is obligated to say whatever makes sense for his treatment plan.
Yeah.
If it's bad for his treatment plan to tell him that he was being abusive, she's not going to tell him that.
Yeah.
Like, they're not gods. They're a particular type of medical professional.
Abusive pisses me off so much because people have taken it and made it so loose.
We have
just
the way that
incredibly loose.
The way that we have ruined certain academic terms in sociology and psychology is like so brutal.
It ruins my life.
Emotional labor is one I get really cranky about.
Emotional labor.
Because the way that gets used, particularly on Twitter, RIP Twitter, rest in piss Twitter, is as a synonym for gendered labor. And it's not. It's not. Men can do emotional labor. It's not emotional labor because a woman does it. It's emotional labor because it requires behaving as if you have a certain emotional state. That's what makes it emotional labor. Remembering it, one of the ones I remember being particularly like galled by was like, it's emotional labor that women are expected to remember other people's birthdays. And no,
Bruh.
that's intellectual labor. That is extremely intellectual labor. That is administrative labor. Acting excited about somebody's birthday is emotional labor, if that's part of your job. And that's fair to say. And it's fair to say that emotional labor falls more heavily on women.
Birthdays.
I am not a birthdays guy. I do not. I usually celebrate my birthday by turning off my phone.
Dude, I
24 hours.
can't remember birthdays for the life of me. And the like pressure to remember birthdays just makes me feel awful. Because I'm just like, I don't remember your birthday, bro.
For most of my friends, I have put their birthday in my Google Mail, in my Gmail calendar, on a 2-week notification so that I can bake them cookies and mail them to in a week in advance.
I got birthdays in Discord notes. That's where I'm at. But
my mom just has them memorized. It's crazy. I don't know how she lives like this. Like,
I just fucking birthdays, man, suck.
She remembers the birthdays of people who like I don't hang out with anymore. Like she remembers like the birthdays of like my friends from like high school who like I haven't seen in 5 years. I'm like, what the hell? Oh yeah, no, she's just fucking genius.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's crazy. But no, it is. I definitely get that like condescension about like, oh, it's like so good that you're going to therapy. It's like,
you know what sucks?
Yeah.
Well, I get it from women too. If a woman said that to me, I would definitely be like, "Oh, come on, man." You know, like it's almost like toxic positivity.
There's definitely an element of that. Yeah, definitely an element of toxic positivity to it.
But oh my god, do I feel condescended by men a lot of the time?
Oh yeah.
Especially older men.
Oh, I can absolutely see that. Yeah.
And it's because they are kind of condescending.
Yes,
I think
you're accurately reading their perspective.
Yeah, there's definitely like there's been times, especially in like a career-wise, talking to an older man who is talking to me about my job or my relationship with someone, and I am just sitting there being like, "What the fuck does that? What are you talking about? Like everything you're saying right now has nothing to do with what I came to talk to you about." And it is just like the most condescending shit ever, and it pisses me off. But that's like so here nor there. Like we are so far from this fucking.
No, I mean that's fine, and I mean I do actually see a relationship in here, which is like, which is like this is often how immigrants are treated. Particularly immigrant women are often condescended to, and like, so I worked in social service spaces, and like one of those things that when you work in a social service space, you end up working with activists because worst case scenario, they have decided to make their emotional problems your professional problems. Yeah. Best case scenario, they want to help out, and it's behind every like good activist organization is a professional core somewhere. That they're interacting with in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And like it's very typical of Americans to assume that somebody who doesn't speak English doesn't speak it because they're stupid.
Oh god, I know.
It's very so typical. Stupid. And it's very frustrating. And
I remember that being very apparent as a child. Like that shit is taught young. That if someone can't speak English, that they're dumb. Yeah. You know, if they were smart, they would speak English. And aside, one of those ones that like really got under my skin, and like I felt really bad because it was like some of my clients were like doing this to themselves. It was like an internalized level of racism. Was treating English and French and German as languages. But not treating like Manenke as a language. Like I would ask people, I'd be like I remember like helping people try to get jobs, and I'd be like, okay, so like what language do you speak? And they'd be like,
oh, I only speak like a little bit of French and some English. And like I can hear the accent. Like I like look at the last name and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I can even see like their passport. I'm like, are you sure about that one? Like, I've met some other people from Gambia. They speak a couple more languages. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, I also speak like Wolof and Monica and Mandingo, and I'm like, those are languages, man. Let's put them in the mix. Like, let's put them in the mix. Take some pride here. And like, yeah, we have this like very condescending notion. I see this in so many places. I see this in so many places. And one of the ones like you just hit me on like a random bugbear of mine, like a random little like pet peeve of mine. People when they study the past tend to assume that the people who are the most like them in the past are aristocrats. Because the aristocrats are literate and the peasants are illiterate and therefore stupid. Whereas, like, I look at my family tree, and my family tree was fucking dirt farmers up until, like, the 1890s. Like, I am much more descended from those peasants than from any of those aristocrats. And yet there's still this instinct to be like, oh no, I've got way more in common with these kings and generals and priests. And it's like, no, probably not. But people want to believe that there's nothing valuable or worthwhile being done by these people who have this different economic situation than them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these farmers and tailors and garment workers. A story that I found really interesting that I learned a couple years ago, from the annals of our world being connected in all these weird ways, is so most garments in the world are at some point made in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is where most of the world's factories for making clothes are. And so in Bangladesh, eventually people started asking themselves, why are we making so many goddamn shirts for Americans and Europeans? Why are we making so many goddamn t-shirts? And a conclusion that they came to that I think is fascinating is they must have a severe water shortage.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they'd be able to do laundry more often and not have to buy clothes so much.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just this fascinating way in which cultures interface with each other and interact with each other. And yet, I can definitely, I always kind of get worried about telling this to people because I think this is fascinating and interesting and showcases the creativity of how people think about each other's cultures and the ways in which it's not reasonable to assume that everybody knows what my culture is like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely always worried that like I'll tell this to somebody and they'll think it's about how Bangladeshi people are stupid, which is fucking not. It's fucking not. This is a creative and interesting story that they've told. It's it's not substantiated by facts on the ground about America that they don't have access to, but not having access to facts doesn't make somebody stupid. It's just not having access to facts. Or just not having had it yet. Like they might have access to it and they just haven't yet. I don't know. They could watch enough real world reruns to have figured it out or something if they wanted to. I don't know why you'd want to watch real world reruns, but somebody out there is doing it. But it's but yeah, that's like, and that's one of those things that I thought was that I did love in this book was that I don't think we really saw a lot of particular condescension from people about immigrants, and particularly not about religion, to be honest. I know that like you were less sympathetic on this one, but I did actually really like that Saeed's religiosity is portrayed in a way that I thought was kind of sweet. And like sympathetic, and I kind of liked that. I mean, he's been criticized for it. The author has been criticized for portraying Islam in like an excessively negative light, but I didn't feel like it was Islam portrayed in an excessively negative light. Vex, thank you for the 5 gift subs.
Yay! Yippee!
Yay! That puts us up to.
I didn't feel like it was negative.
I didn't feel like it was negative either. I
feel it was kind of realistic. Like I feel like he tread the middle line pretty hard.
I think. I mean, having known quite a few people in Pakistan, did the time not go up?
It did.
Okay, that time was up because it was under 3 hours before. Yeah, no, time went up. Time went up.
Jedi just means give more subs.
Okay.
That's what they say when they want more subs.
I don't want to be. I'm trying to.
I mean, if we get 13, it could be 200.
It would be 200, which is the I am also worried about bugs because timers break all the fucking time, guys. Like, I remember I remember talking with other VTubers. It actually broke last week, and I had to manually adjust it.
Yeah, I've had to do that before too.
And also, Vex gifted a bunch of subs when I was offline, so I also had to manually adjust it then too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, if we get up to 200 is first stretch goal. That's the cooking stream.
Let's go! Oh my god, a cooking stream. That's awesome.
I love cooking. I do still need to buy the induction hot plates.
Oh, thanks, Vex. Thank you.
Yay. Enjoy your tank, Cierna. Little tank is my favorite game. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I did get the new model. That one has been redeemed.
Let's go.
Yeah. Favorite dish to cook? I like stir fries. Stir fries of various types are probably my favorite. I tend to mostly cook Chinese cuisine. Chinese and Chinese.
Stop, I'm so hungry.
Okay, yeah, I'll shut the fuck up. Oh my goodness. Janubis.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for the 10 gifts. Holy crap, Janubis. I was not expecting this. Wow. Wow. Ah! Jeez. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
and Zoe and Corn Dog. Yippee!
Yeah, enjoy your tanks. Everybody say thank you to Janubis.
And Vexy.
And Vex, yes. If you got gift subs. And Just Paz, thank you for the follow. Oh my goodness. Wow.
I want to see the cooking stream.
I will let you know. Jeez. Easy Pete. What are we up to now? 208. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Okay. I need to... I am overwhelmed. I'm overcome. I am very verklempt.
Overcome? I did not. I forgot overcome was a word, and I really was like, you're overcome? Dude, I am...
Mind in the gutter, Cece.
Goon-brained, bro. Holy fuck.
I wasn't going to say it, but I was thinking it.
Overcome. I cannot believe I just thought that. Holy shit.
I'm verklempt.
I really thought you fucked up. I really thought you, like, 40 and slipped there. And
no.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking dumb.
This is my sign that I need you to come on this channel more often, just because it's
Overcome.
one of the least horny channels here.
Overcome. It's so funny. Yeah, it's pretty bad now. Like, every time someone says, like, come, like, the way they say it, I'm just like, dude, you just said, like... It's like when people say duty, like, oh, I have a duty to do this, and like little kids go,
yeah.
Like, when people say come, I'm like, yeah. Like, you want to come over? I'm like, you said come.
Oh, and to answer Cookie Jedi, yeah, I do book club every week.
Every week.
I have not. I don't know the number off the top of my head. I think we're this like eighth or 9th. Next week is Nando AOE is going to be talking in Isekai with me. It is whoever the guest choice is. And once again, this was an incredible choice. This was a hell of a choice. And
I love this book.
This book's so good. This book is so good. And it was also good to have a book that the plot summary took like 5 minutes. So it was really nice. That was very, very nice.
Pretty easy.
Genumus, thank you for the follow after gifting like 20 subs.
He's like, oh yeah, I should probably do this.
Oh yeah. That means I need to remember what the individual rewards are. I need to find those individual rewards. Where did I put?
He does not care. I'll tell you right now, he does not care about individual rewards.
Jeezy Pete's. I don't even know what to say in moments like these. I'm just like, wow, that's extremely helpful. And
yeah, how do you say thank you in a way that expresses how grateful you are? It's just like impossible.
It's impossible, and you also have that like weird part of your like streamer brain that like is like, how do I get more? Like,
Did you hear that, guys? Did you hear that? Wow, that's so selfish. Oh my god, Alma.
right.
Naughty.
Okay,
You're
so
naughty.
so Genuvis, that clocks you into praise, which I'll go straight forward. I genuine praise for 5. The fact that you just did this out of whatever motivation you have, out of nowhere, with asking so little of me, it shows a real generosity and kindness of spirit, and also the fact that Cece just vouches for you, and
ew. I'm deafening. Tell me when you're done.
the fact that Cece just vouches for you and is like, oh, he doesn't care about the individual reward, means a lot. It really speaks to this is something deep inside of you.
I wish I was deep inside of him.
And you get to ask me a personal question.
Can you be my dad?
Usually people go for uncle. But
you remind me of, like, you look like you would be my grandfather.
Believable. I did very much. I went to my artist. And I have like a whole slideshow for it and everything that got like 500,000 views on Twitter before I deleted the thread. And I've got it up on Blue Sky now. Where I basically, the summary of it though was Uncle Iroh but dressed like Knives Out. I think he fucking nailed it. I think he fucking nailed it. But yeah, I've got this hypothesis, this streamer hypothesis that like a streamer should have like a role in the family that you can recognize. Like you should be able to like
roll within the. Are
yeah.
you Freud?
I'm doing some Freudian stuff here. Yeah, I'm doing Freudian stuff here.
This is a fucking transference right now.
Yeah. No, I'm doing it.
Oh my god, that's like the most parasocial thing I've ever heard a streamer say.
Hey, parasociality is not the same as bad.
What am I?
Yours is a little bit tricky for me because like I've got a person who I think of as like the canonical little sister, which is Berry Bug.
Yeah.
Berry Bug is like the canonical little sister. Like she's the most bullyable person on the planet. It's insane. I love Berry. And it was actually really fun. I was talking with Lady Saffron about Berry the other day, and it's like Saff is like, yeah, every single DM I get from Berry is her just saying I'm making out with you. And I'm like, every single DM I get from Berry is like a sobbing emote with "Thank you, Almantas." Because mostly I just like DM her when like I've made like art or something. It's like it like somehow involves her.
Yeah.
So or like when she was sick, I like occasionally be like, Berry, I hope you're feeling better.
That's cute.
Berry is adorable. I love Berry, and I think of myself as very much like the uncle, but not the one who buys you weed.
The uncle that cares about you.
Yeah, the uncle who like has like dumb stories, and like who like clearly like the uncle who like you could come out to. Like that's where I kind of view you. I think you've got big sister energy, or like
big sister energy,
or like older like a female cousin who's like 2 years older than you.
That you want to fuck? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I was thinking like you're like it wouldn't apply to me because of like the masculinity and the fact that I think like in this like weird model I'm making I'm even older. But I think that you'd be the one that's teaching Shat how to do makeup.
Oh right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I don't know makeup at all, by the way.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that you don't have the energy for it.
Okay, fair.
or like I could imagine you like you. I would not be the one that would be like sneaking the kids a drink, but I think I could see you doing it. I think that you're much cooler than me. You're much cooler than me.
You know, I actually wouldn't. I mean, even though I might give the energy for that, is like, I would just never involve myself. I would never involve myself with that because I'd just be like, bitch, I don't want to get in trouble with your fucking parents. You know what I mean? That's not fucking worth it. And if it was Venge's kid, I'd be like, you little fucking dumbass, go read a book. You know what I mean? I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, it's actually only more solidifying the cousin who's like 3 to 5 years older than you energy, but in like a slightly different way. Like it's only like more feeling that way. I was torn between that and like the cool aunt. But it feels it feels more like the cool older cousin.
I'd be like the absentee aunt. Like she's cool, but she's barely around.
But shit, yeah, no, not that. I mean, but yes, I'll have to DM Genuvis after this because Genuvis gets to request a voice line from me, which I'll have to set up the recordings for.
Oh my god, yeah, let's do like a not safe for work Toad audio from you. You know, Toad from Mario Party.
From that Toad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do a Toad. Can I? I'm so bad with VA stuff. I don't know if I can do a Toad voice.
I believe in you.
I did do like a British accent thing when I was in a Monster Prom collab for the vampire. I did like a British villain accent kind of thing. But I was like stuck in it for like a week. It was like I couldn't like get back to my normal voice for like 3 days. It was pretty embarrassing, I gotta say. But no, I'm so impressed with people who can like do good like accents and like inhabit a new character. Oh, looks like I broke my blue sky somehow. But yes. No, oh my god. I forgot where we were. We got completely fucking derailed here. We got extremely derailed. All I can say is read Exit West. Read Exit West.
Read Exit West.
It's worth it. It's really worth it. It's beautiful. It's haunting. It's well, actually, we didn't hit something really important here. Cece, we didn't hit something really important here.
What?
How did this book change your life?
My cervix? Sorry. There's only...
I'm not a medical professional.
For so many hours before I just devolve, you know?
Before the degen just wins.
Yeah, I'm just like fucking holding back impulses.
I'm not gonna stop you.
How did this change my life?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. I guess it just gave words to a feeling that I've always had. Just made me more empathetic. Like, my favorite quote is actually from this book. It's like my all-time favorite quote.
Okay, do you got it at hand?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, but I'll read it.
Perfect.
I gotta stretch. I'm so hungry. Okay.
Okay. We'll finish up after this.
He prayed fundamentally as a gesture of love for what had gone and would go and could be loved in no other way. When he prayed, he touched his parents, who could not otherwise be touched, and he touched a feeling that we are all children who lose our parents, all of us, every man and woman and boy and girl, and we too will all be lost by those who come after us and love us, and this loss unites humanity, unites every human being, the temporary nature of our beingness, and our shared sorrow, the heartache we each carry and yet too often refuse to acknowledge in one another, and out of this Said felt it might be possible, in the face of death, to believe in humanity's potential for building a better world, so he prayed as a lament, as a consolation, and as a hope.
Flip it.
Isn't that such a good quote?
It's so good. It's so wonderful. It's amazing. I was actually thinking about that quote a lot, quietly, while we were here. Mm-hmm. Whenever I kept on talking about how I thought about Said's relationship to his religion and to prayer, this is what I was thinking about that quote. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and I will try to remember to. I've grabbed it on my other screen, and I'll try to remember to add that to my pile of calligraphy to do, and I'll try to remember to tag you when I do it. And
there's another quote that you would like.
Yeah.
This is about Said's Said's religion.
Yeah.
Let me find it. It's so funny because this guy's writing is literally just like run-on sentences.
It's so straight. It's like the least floral pose
Yeah.
like on the planet. This is like it's so down to earth.
Yeah.
This is like 3rd grade reading level. Like,
He was unprepared for the feeling of awe. This is when they're having shrooms together.
yeah, it's a really great scene.
For the feeling of awe that came over him, the wonder with which he then regarded his own skin, and the lemon tree in its clay pot on Nadia's terrace, as tall as he was and rooted in its soil, which was in turn rooted in the clay of the pot, which rested upon the brick of the terrace, which was like this mountain top of this building, which was growing from the earth itself, and from this earthy mountain the lemon tree was reaching up, in a gesture so beautiful that Saeed was filled with love and reminded of his parents, for whom he suddenly felt such gratitude and a desire for peace, that peace should come for all, for everyone, for everything, for we are so fragile and so beautiful, and surely conflicts could be healed if others had experiences like this. And then he regarded Nadia and saw that she was regarding him, and her eyes were like worlds.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Also an amazing one.
Amazing. This book is staggeringly beautiful for how like austere it is. It is. This is a very austere, very plain written book. This is not like. This is not fucking Oscar Wilde. This is raw descriptions in plain language, and sometimes it just kicks your fucking teeth in.
Yep.
And I think that on that message of hope and love and that prayer for beauty, that all of and that reminder that we are all so fragile and that fragility and that love is worth protecting, I think that seems like a lovely place to end.
Yeah.
So Cece, you want to do one last plug of yourself for the audience?
Yeah, fuck Venge. That's my plug. Fuck that guy.
I will give you a shout out. I will give you a proper shout out. Cece streams on Twitch. I think you might be my most watched streamer. It's you and Jelly Donut.
I love Jelly Donut. What an honor.
I love Jelly. I don't know what it is this year. I know in 2023 it was you and Jelly were the top two.
Hell yeah.
CC also does voice acting of various kinds, I might say.
Yeah, horny. Yeah.
You're allowed to say it, I'm not. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Give Cierna a follow, and Cierna, do you have somebody who you would like to raid out to so you can go have some goddamn dinner?
Bruh, I don't even know who's streaming right now, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, Barry is streaming if we want to go to the person we were just talking about a few minutes ago.
Oh yeah, let's go introduce chat to Barry. I love Barry.
I think they've probably met her a few times. But
Barry.
But I love Barry. This is going to be a bit of an energy change, folks. Barry is not like me. Barry. Thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely evening. And we will see you all another time. And Cece, thank you for being here.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
It was lovely.